Hello and welcome. I'm Vincent McCory and this is Africa 54. First tonight, Nigeria, where the military is claiming success in its offensive against Islamic militants. Thousands of troops were sent to the northeastern states of Borno, Yobe and Adamawa after President Goodluck Jonathan declared a state of emergency there. They have since mounted their biggest crackdown, including airstrikes on Boko Haram and Ansaru camps. On a tour of some of the camps by the military, spokesman Chris Olukolade said the operations carried out by the troops were aimed at the insurgents.
Everyone who is carrying arms illegally in this country is a terrorist. Call them by whatever name. And the operation is aimed at ensuring that no such activity of terrorism takes place within the territory of Nigeria. It's our time to assert the territorial integrity of Nigeria as a country.
Well, VOA's Heather Maddox spent some time in northern Nigeria with the military and now joins us via Skype from Abuja, Nigeria. Welcome, Heather.
Thank you.
Now, tell us, when you went up there with the military, did you see evidence that Boko Haram is indeed on the run?
We did see evidence of it, yes. We went to a campsite that the military says was a former Boko Haram hideout. And there we saw what they said was a makeshift hospital. And there were still some old drugs lying around and some clothes and some strings hanging where they used to hang IVs. But there wasn't much else there. However, we did talk to some local people in the village nearby, and they had very specific stories about what it was like living next to a Boko Haram hideout. So I'm inclined to believe that, in fact, that was a Boko Haram hideout, and they have since left. There was also burnt out cars there,
yes,
which is a Boko Haram signature.
Yeah, there have been concerns that the military may go a little bit heavy-handed and victimize civilians. What are civilians telling you?
Well, you should understand this particular trip was hosted by the military, and we were traveling very fast with a large military convoy. In fact, I think at some point we had at least 10 cars and tanks with us. So the only civilians we talked to on the trip were in this particular village. And while they were happy to give us details about how Boko Haram behaved, if there were any problems with the military, I doubt they would have said anything. However, I did not observe any abuses.
Okay. In terms of the mood around the towns where you passed through, how would you describe it?
The mood of the area in general is extremely tense. I mean, in our convoy, everyone, including the soldiers, was wearing body armor, and there's lots of weapons. There's soldiers everywhere. The mood in the particular village that we were in was fairly relaxed. They were more concerned with the fact that now that Boko Haram's gone, they have to deal with the fact that they haven't farmed their land, and some of the land is still cut off, and the harvest is coming, and they're very hungry.
Finally, very briefly, what did the military tell you they see as the end game here, and what is the kind of timeline they can foresee?
They pointedly did not answer that question. They said they would stay as long as it takes.
Right. Well, thanks a lot, Heather. Now, Heather Maddox of the Voice of America joining us from Abuja, Nigeria.